Hey guys, Ark here. This is going to be the final episode of the creeping series, and we are on Terenas stand. So we're going to start with the Merc camp here. This is going to be probably the most common creep camp that you'll start with. It's commonly done versus all races, but Orc, I would say a little bit more commonly done is this item shop, simply because of the prevalence of fast shop Blade Master harass on this map. But certainly this can be done regardless. So really the key here is the archer just got out. We're going to uproot our Ancient of War, and this is really important. There's a couple different ways you could do this, but this is the way that you can guarantee Lightning Shield gets clumped onto all four of these creep camps here. So you'll notice that I'm not aggroing the creep camp. I'm letting my AOW come to this tree, and right here I'll go ahead and aggro it. And there we go, Lightning Shield onto it. You can see the placement of the rogue, and just like that, all four units have Lightning Shield on it. Now you'll pay attention to what I'm doing with my AOW. I'm just going back and forth, swapping damage. And, oh no! There we go. Swapping damage, and just like that, I've got Lightning Shield pretty much perfectly done. All units got it, so I'm going to creep this camp very slowly. I'm just going to go ahead and send this away because maybe I want to creep this goblin lab with it or something. But just like that, I've crept the camp. Oftentimes what you'll see also if players go warden is they'll use fan of knives to kill that off. So I could have theoretically killed that camp about maybe 5-8 seconds faster by just fan of kniving it, and then that leads me to whatever my next creep camp is. So pay very close attention to exactly how I crept that, because that is the way that you will creep this camp the fastest. You want Lightning Shield on all four units. You don't want to aggro it too soon because that prevents the Lightning Shield on the fourth unit. So just keep that in mind. Next thing we're going to go ahead and jump into is the item shop. Now I will admit I'm not the best at AOW creeping this, particularly because I just don't do it very often. I don't really play this map a whole lot. The one key thing that you will need on this map here is you will need the two wisp repairs. And I have already messed up here, so I gotta eat this. What I was trying to do was get the AOW or the priest in range of the AOW to get one attack on it before, but not a big deal if you don't have that. And so we're just gonna go ahead and keep attacking this. Once the Sasquatch falls, you can take off the wisp repair. And actually, it looks like I could do it a little bit earlier. So we're gonna go ahead and just do it, and just continue fighting down the trolls. If you are going to get circlet, you could buy a circlet during this creep camp as well, and that will speed up the camp just ever so slightly. So pretty cut and dry from here. I'm going to go ahead and swap over to this while that is finishing, because I don't want daytime to run out. So the key on this one, again, I'm not going to. This is not very common, but as a second AOW camp, you might see this here and there. Generally, you might need one wisp here if you want to keep that AOW alive, but it's not a requirement. So I'm going to go ahead and just basically aggro onto the wizard and use this wisp right here. Oops. There we go. Lightning Shield gets onto the wizard, and we're going to get this into position while we start attacking the rogue. And once it dies, we can just switch over to the wizard. And we really don't need a wisp repair anymore, so we're going to go ahead and creep this pretty quickly. Now again, like I said, this is really more commonly done as the second creep camp, not necessarily the first. Personally, I don't think I've ever done this as the first creep camp, but surprisingly, this is actually a very fast creep camp to do. So I might keep that in mind in the future. But just like that, guys, pay very close attention to how I crept this, how I got Lightning Shield, and actually I kind of overshadowed that a little bit. The key to triggering the Lightning Shield essentially is you have 3 units, so potentially the Wisp, the Archer, and the AOW does count. And you basically have them all within range of each other, and you have to attack the wizard or attack a unit in the creep camp. You don't want those you don't want these units here to be in range of the allied neutral creeps, because otherwise Lightning Shield won't be casted. But as long as they're out of range, Lightning Shield would get cast on the Archer, and then you move the Archer into position. So that's essentially what happened there. So really quick, guys, but we're going to call that quits, and I believe that was all 7 maps. So thank you guys for tuning into this series, and feel free to ask any questions or give any thoughts. Thank you. Bye.